Hey guys, how's it going? Liam here. Just another update on my progress in pursuing a better mental health situation for myself. And the initial reasoning for this channel was to track my progress from beginning to take SSRIs, fluoxetine, and sort of track that journey through the sort of beginning to the middle stages of taking that, in terms of like the side effects and like how it affected me, and whether or not it was actually worth taking, and whether or not maybe you would find it worthwhile. Obviously I posted an update video saying that I in fact came off fluoxetine. I just wanted to delve in deeper here into the reasons as to why I made that decision, or how it just sort of came about. Obviously the initial point of this channel was kind of to talk about the side effects and stuff, so we'll start off by talking about what side effects I experienced post week 4 update video. The last update I gave you on the side effect side of things was week 4, and if you've not seen that, go and watch the other videos and you'll see kind of what I was going through, what kind of side effects you could maybe expect, at least what I sort of went through, just so that what I'm saying today maybe makes more sense. So starting from week 5 onwards to week 12, all side effects had pretty much all but completely dissipated, with the exception of hyper-sexuality or hypersexual behaviour. Hyper-sexuality is a rarer side effect of Prozac, but it is a reported side effect nonetheless. And while it's definitely better, or for me at least it's better, than the more common loss of libido side effect that Prozac is commonly reported to sort of pretty much give most guys. It's like one of the biggest things that deters men from taking Prozac is the massive amounts of people who experience loss of libido. And yeah, I don't really want to talk about that too much because I feel like I'm too immature to talk about sex stuff, but nonetheless that was my experience. My experience was the opposite side of the spectrum. It was hypersexuality, and while it's obviously not the worst thing in the world, it definitely is a distraction when you're trying to sort of be all introspective and work yourself out, and you've got your hormones constantly sort of battling against you. As debilitating as that can be, or as interrupting as that can be, it's definitely not the main reason, or any reason at all, as to why I came off of SSRIs. The main reason being that for me personally, for the last 2 months of the medication, the 2 months after it was due to kick in, it really leveled out to the point where I was experiencing nothing from it. It had no impact at all. It totally reduced the incentive to keep taking the pill, so I would actually find myself just sort of forgetting to take it in the morning, and maybe taking it at night, and then like forgetting to take it in the morning again, or like, and then just kind of like really not taking it very seriously anymore. Like I wasn't feeling any effects, whether it be negative or positive. I was just feeling the exact same as I was pre-side effect era. So there was just no incentive for me to continue to keep taking the pill seriously, and I just sort of lost any sort of commitment I had towards taking Prozac. And actually, while withdrawing from the medication, I experienced literally no side effects, no negative side effects, no positive side effects. Just, it was as if I had never taken the pill at all. So that further solidified that actually maybe Prozac, at least in the 20mg format that I was taking it, it didn't do anything to me. I mean, it had the initial side effect period, and then once that sort of tapered off, there was nothing, like just nothing. It was just pointless. It was just a waste. So yeah, that's the main reason I sort of came off it. I just sort of fell off it because nothing was really happening. And while I understand through reading some of your comments that you've noticed that sort of improvement in my happiness throughout the videos previous, and some of you were a bit upset that I had came off the pills and not given them more of a chance. Reading those comments is great. It honestly just shows me that people care, and you're all on this journey with me, kind of just trying to sort of find the best version of and just that you're all on this journey with me, kind of trying to find the best version of yourself as well. And it's kind of, well, it's this sort of camaraderie rooted in like a bad situation. It's kind of nice to know that we're all in it together, not alone, and looking out for each other. But I would like to speak to some of the comments that were saying that you noticed that I was getting happier, and I'd just like to unpack that a wee bit and how I don't really think that is the case, while I still totally appreciate your feedback and your concern. I understand how, to an outsider looking in, you could perceive my moods in some of those videos as happiness, and that could have been attributed to the effects of Prozac. Obviously it would just look like a change for the better. Now to sort of timeline this, when I made my first video, I was in a bout of like deep depression, and creating this channel was just a way that, like, a sort of last ditch effort to kind of track, well, one, to track my progress, two, to, I think, reach out to people and kind of validate myself that I'm not alone in this, and also just to sort of communicate and speak to people who are in similar situations, because you know what, misery loves company, I think. You know, and so yeah, that first video I was in a really bad place, so my mood was really mega low, to the point where any video following that first video I couldn't get any worse, you know, like I just couldn't get any worse. But I definitely wouldn't attribute the perceived happiness, or the sort of the happiness I was putting across in these videos as having beaten depression in any way, shape or form. I've become more aware of my moods and certain like patterns and stuff like that just through this sort of journey, and trying to be all introspective and like kind of get a better understanding of my head and wonder what's making me feel the way I do, and while doing that, while sort of tracking my progress, I've kind of come to the realisation that, and through speaking to other people who have been through similar things or have noticed things in me, that I experience sort of, one of the things I've noticed about myself is that I sort of display and experience manic tendencies, meaning that I can experience like sporadic bouts of energy or excitement that might come across as happiness, and it's certainly an elevated mood level, in contrast to being sort of in a little bout of depression. Like, I mean, when you've got depression and you go like, so it's like, when I shoot my arm, people would attribute it to like bipolar disorder, and I would like read, sorry, my wee camera cut off there. I think it's commonly attributed to bipolar disorder, and I don't think I've got that, but like through reading up on it, at least I think I just experience these manic tendencies anyway, just whether it's just a behavioural ingrained characteristic or whether it is rooted in mental health. I'm not sure, but it's something I'll need to read into more and research more and maybe discuss with a doctor and see what they have to say about it. But like as of now, with the experience I've had with doctors in the past, nobody's brought up the possibility of bipolar disorder. So, however, I'm getting off track. This is the thing, I think I'm manic now. I'm just so tangential and just like but yeah, so yeah, to get back on track, to say, when I experience these bouts of sort of manic sort of productivity and excitement and energy levels rising, it can look like, it can definitely appear to an outsider that I'm just excitable and happy, and to an extent that's to an extent that is the case. However, it's not really a comfortable time. It's not. While I'm experiencing these sort of manic episodes, for the lack of a better term, I don't understand enough about it to give it like a real clinical like verbiage, but I just, regardless, during these manic episodes, that's what I'm just going to call it, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody who actually experiences this and I don't, maybe, but during these manic episodes, that's when I find myself to be most productive, and that happens to obviously be when I'm able to sort of get focused enough to produce these little videos and kind of speak to the camera and and even going outside, it's like even doing my work and going outside and making these videos. Anything that I do that is deemed in any way productive is probably in the middle of one of these sort of manic episodes. So I can see why when you're seeing these videos, you're seeing me happy, and that's because I'm in the middle of like I'm in a state of manicness. Yeah, so like what I would actually liken it, like the best way I can describe it, basically I liken it to, and I always use this analogy because I like metaphors and stuff, and I think I'm really sage and wise, so like I've developed this metaphor which I think is really accurate, and it's like, is that a simile? I don't know, but anyway, like I liken it to constantly swimming underwater, just feeling consumed and heavy, and just like you really need to come up for air, and then eventually you get to come up for air, and that obviously, like to an outsider looking in, it's like good, they've come up for air, they're getting air, but like there's only a matter of time before you go back under, and in that short amount of time you're constantly gasping for air and like using all your energy and flailing about, and it's just this tempestuous, frenzied flail fest of like energy consumption, and it's better than drowning. It's I don't know, sometimes you feel like you would rather drown because there's no clarity there. You're coming up and you're getting kind of the air, but there's no joy there. It's just anyway, I think we're done with that metaphor, but anyway, I just wanted to speak to that and hopefully help you understand kind of why I decided to come up with Prozac, and it wasn't just this like fuck Prozac thing, it was like just I kind of tapered off it. I wasn't taking it too seriously because it wasn't doing anything for me, and definitely I'm not ruling out taking any other sort of SSRI or even doubling my dose of Prozac and starting again. I would give it a go, but I'm just in the process of moving house and stuff like that, and like uprooting my life a bit. Like there was some like family problems and stuff like that that sort of attributed to I'm just talking shit. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into anything too personal. So I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling and uncomfortable because I feel like I'm saying too much. This parachute is a knapsack. But yeah, actually, speaking about having moved house and stuff like that, so I've moved area. So that means that my old doctor's isn't. So that means I need to find a new doctor's, and once I've registered with the local doctor, I will speak to them and see what their opinion is. It'd be good to get a second opinion. Obviously, they may have something else to say other than what my last doctor had to say, and that can only be a good thing, just to hear like a second professional perspective opinion. And yeah, so once I do that, I'll definitely sort of touch base with you guys and tell you what they say, tell you what I decide to do, and yeah, that's it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be focusing on trying to exercise more, make a conscious effort to eat healthier, more of an effort to spend time with loved ones and people who are a positive influence in my life. I've pretty much trimmed the fat in terms of any negative people in my life, so like everybody surrounding me just now and that I get to spend time with is all people that are really important to me, people that I value, people that I love, and people more importantly that I know love me. So it's that's one thing I'd recommend is just try and spend your time around good people that you love, people that you know love you and support you and understand. And even if they don't understand, at least they're there for you, and you inherently know that. Basically what I'll be doing is I'll be trying to keep bettering myself and keep trying to find things that work for me, and as and when I do that, I will report back to you and tell you what worked, what didn't work, and that's all I can do at the moment. And then hopefully we'll sort of redirect this channel and make it a more focused, more sort of clear narrative of what we want to do in terms of like helping others, and in terms of just what the actual content is going to be, because as it stands, my life is just like up in the air just now, and as a result of that, so will this channel be. And I'd like to get it to a point where it's just very clear and very simple for people who are tuning in, and they can take from it what they want, and they can hopefully take something away from it. And with that, I'll leave you there, guys. I'll try and make another video next week. maybe do a Q&A, so if you guys got any specific questions, obviously anything that I've not answered already, just pop it in the comment section below. I'll do a short, like 5-minute Q&A video, answer any personal questions you want to ask, and any questions pertaining to Prozac, fluoxetine, and my experiences and my side effects, and just sort of my mental positioning just now. We can talk about it all. And with that, I'll say goodbye, bye bye, and I love you all. I hope you're all amazing. Let me know how you're getting on. A bunch of you guys have been keeping me updated, and I've been reading them. I've been reading the comments, and it's so good to see that a lot of you guys are really benefiting from the decision to start taking Prozac. And for the people who aren't actually benefiting from it, stick it out as long as you can, and if it's not working, no biggie, you can always go and explore something else. But let us all know how you're getting on regardless, because it'd be good to kind of keep everybody updated. Right guys, cheers, bye!